makes sense, because people try to do what I did, and they all fail because they weren't heard, right? People expected to go to their house and go, this is what we're doing, expected people to sign up. And people are like, I don't care if you're doing it. But they didn't hear an expert come in, they tried to talk to themselves, and it went nowhere, and her business went backwards. It didn't duplicate. So anyway, about 6 months later, I saw her in Nashville, and she came up to me, and this woman hugged me. I'm like, who are you? I wasn't like this. I was like, yeah. No, she hugged me. I was like, oh my gosh, who are you? She goes, I'm so-and-so. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. She was like, and this is why I love this business, guys. This is what totally does it for me. She goes, Aaron, follow what you taught me on that one phone call a day. She goes, now I'm a regional marketing director, 6 months later. And I cried. That's it. I just started crying. You know? And that's why I love doing this. You know? Jessica, we do this contest with our team. Every week we started doing a contest because other teams are having success. And Jenny Bird gave you the idea and everything. So we started doing a weekly contest. And, you know, some people on our team that are really going for it. And so we just do little things, you know, give away books or give away personal development or whatever. And so Jessica won 3 weeks ago. She won. And so I had like a gift certificate to Starbucks for her. She calls me up and she goes, Aaron, don't send that gift certificate. I said, why? She goes, because I'm going to win this week. And I went, you think so? And that's all you need to say to Jess. She's like, doubt me? And I'm like, yep. She goes, oh, you wait. She won. She won again that week. And she's competitive. And she was so fired up. She goes, Aaron, this is what I want. I want this thing in Staples. And I went, all right. And she goes, I'm going to win this week again, though. She won again 3 weeks in a row. So I said, basically, you know, when I come there, I'm going to take you. We're going to go to Office Depot. And I'm going to get you what you want, you know, because you know it's 3 weeks built up. So we go to Office Depot. Was it Thursday, Friday? Was it Thursday? Friday morning. That's Thursday morning. Friday morning? Yesterday morning. I can't get track. Friday morning, we go to Office Depot. We meet with her little girls over there. We walk in and you know, give her a hug, and she goes over. She goes, "This is what I want." And Mike's like, "No, you want that one?" She's like, "Yeah, I want that one. That's cool." And she goes, "Okay, awesome." I go, "What else you want?" She goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, what else you need?" She goes, "Well, I need some markers." I go, "Okay, what else you want?" "I could use some of these." I go, "Okay." I go, "What else you want?" She goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah, what else you want?" She goes, "I can use these pens." I go, "Okay, that's enough." But seeing how happy she was, just for me to get her some things that, you know, to me it's like, this is awesome, like stuff's going to help her build a business, but to see how excited she was and appreciative she was, you know, and I mean, that's it, you know what I mean? She started crying, and she was a joy, and that's why I love this, you know?
Because it's so big! It's like this. It's like the biggest Post-it ever.
It's a huge Post-it. You guys see those Post-its that like the big things, like easel Post-its? And they tear them off. So she's gonna have, watch Jess, she's gonna have Post-its stuck all over her car, outside of her car. I'm like, there's Jess, a Post-it machine. Put them everywhere. That's gonna be her new magnet on the side of her car. She's gonna have a big Post-it. Going Nerium. So guys, my point to that story is that, you know, that's rewarding for all of us, right? We can give back. You know, we can give back to people that appreciate things. You know, that's what I strive for. That's why I love this company. You know, it's a vehicle that I can really help people. Help my family by helping people, you know. So, enough about that. The right mindset. Effective recruiting begins with you. We talked about that briefly. Okay? Right mindset. You gotta have the right mindset. You gotta have belief. Belief in what you're doing. You gotta have posture. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Passion and activity. You gotta have passion for this. But posture is a big thing. We talked about that also earlier. That you gotta have posture. In other words, you gotta expect people to want to do this. You know? You guys have heard me tell that story. Some of you guys are new, so I want to share this story with you. My first company I told you about, Equinox, we had meetings 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock, and we had offices. Just going to open your mind a little bit and see what else is out there. We spent $500 a month on desk rent, renting a desk in a conference area. We bought ads. We had our own phone line, a paid for phone line. Bought ads every day, and come up with these attractive ads in the newspaper, waiting for people to call us every day. And our goal was to get people to these market parties, 1 o'clock and 7 o'clock every day. We dressed in suits, nice shoes, when we spent a lot of money for this stuff. We looked the part. This one guy came into the business, and he had like hiking boots on, they call them shit kickers, I guess, what do you guys call them? Timberlands, right? And, was not sharp. Just wasn't sharp. He didn't have the money. So he didn't have a nice suit, and he kind of stood out a little bit. He wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, let me just say that, okay? He was a great guy, but just wasn't that sharp. And, anybody can join the industry, right? So it's fine. So anyway, one day, this guy comes in, sees a receptionist, says, "I'm here for Bill." And the woman looks at him, she goes, "Bill?" And he goes, "Yes." He comes in a briefcase, looked really sharp, looked like a CEO, really did. So she sat in the waiting area. Bill comes out, "Hi, I'm Bill." The guy goes, like, probably looking at him going, "You got to give me a job, right? What are you going to give me, right?" He's prejudging Bill. So Bill goes, "Hi, come on in." He sits him down in his seat. So we did a presentation and everything else. And at the end of it, we made it very simple. People said, "Hey, if you're a guest here tonight, if you're a 3, this is not for you. If you're a 2, you want more information. If you're a 1, you're in. You're ready to rock and roll. Whatever. So just talk to the person beside you that invited you down, let them know what number you are." It was easy, right? So we said, "A 3, great, nice to meet you, bye-bye. 2, hey, let's get an expert over it. You're 1, I'm in, great, welcome to the family," right? That was it, it was simple. So he turns to this guy, Bill goes, "So, what are you?" He goes, "I'm a 1, I'm in. I kid you not." Bill goes like this. "You're a 1? Yes." "I got 1! I got 1! I got 1! We're all like, "Help! Sit down! Help! Sit down!" Kid you not, I'm not joking, I can't make this stuff up. What do you think happened? Every guest walked up. I hate to tell you this, but we beat up Bill that night. Put him in a dumpster. No, Bill learned a lot. He learned a valuable lesson that day and quit. Felt bad for him, but hey, don't be Bill. That's my whole moral to tell you that story. Don't be Bill, okay? When someone says, "Hey," you follow up with them and they go, "Hey, this is pretty cool. I like this or I like that." Just remember, don't be Bill. Don't be Bill. I'm excited. Don't be Bill. That's not what you got to think about. If you're about to go, "Oh, I got one. No, we're not." Just remember, control myself. Control myself. Of course you're excited about it. So was I. That's what I want you. You got to be cool, right? Be cool, calm, and collect. Have posture. You go out and you're meeting people. Was I studying all my words last night, Mike? He was not in the room. No, I wasn't. I'll answer for him. I wasn't studying all my words when I talked to Andrew. I was confident. I've been doing it. I learned how to do it. How are you going to get better? You learn by doing it, right? You learn by messing up. I was talking to you last night, right? I talked to Trevor a lot last night. But we were talking about that, he's like, "Oh, I see this, and I always beat myself up." And like, we all do it. We always learn by doing, right? Right? It's that learn knowledge, activity knowledge, learn knowledge, right? That Jeff talks about. You got to do, you got to learn it, and you got to activity, then you got to learn from doing the activity, right? So if you guys aren't learning, you're not doing the activity. You're not learning from doing the activity, right? There's a bunch of different ways. So you got to have posture, you got to have passion, and you got to do the activity. Okay, put yourself in your prospect's shoes. How do they see you? Kind of goes right back to posture. Do they see you back to the dating? They see you as being genuine, confident, passionate, sharing, listening, having fun, and have conviction. Do they see you as that? Or do they see you as canned, desperate, boring, selling, talking, stressed, uncertainty? Do they see you? Which one are you? Which one are you? Don't say it, but I want you to say, which one am I? If you're on the right-hand side, that's maybe why your business isn't where it wants to be. So how do we get it? How do we become part of the left-hand side? Right? Personal development, things like that. Doing, learning, being around people. Right? Art of prospecting, exposure, you always heard, 5 to 7 exposures normally. Focus on the activity, not the result. It's a big thing. Don't prejudge anyone. Guys, I prejudged, you come in this industry, you come in this company, I prejudged, I used to be a personal trainer, I worked with this, actually I trained people at this gym. And there was this football player there, he played for the Miami Dolphins and the Jets. Big guy, beard, big, huge dude. And he trains women, this is awesome, this guy's brilliant. I mean, he's built like a brick. Phenomenal trainer. And he has all these stay-at-home mothers. And they're all in phenomenal shape. And he trains them. You walk in the gym and there's a mirror, there's a front desk, and there's a mirror on a pole. He trains them right there. So every time everybody comes in, they see him training these girls, right? He makes $150 an hour, and he trains people all day. The guy makes like $250,000 a year training people. All right, he's the guy to train them, right? That's his reputation. So love the guy. He's great. The football pool every year. So I stopped training after 8 months of being in this company. And I disappeared. People were like, where did Aaron go, right? So I went in to sample the product to the GM because she's a female, as I was prejudging everybody else. And he sees me because he's right there. He goes, Aaron! I'm like, hey, Melvin! And he goes, what's up? Where you been, man? Where you been? I'm like, been around. Been around. He goes, what are you doing, man? What are you training? I'm like, oh, man, I retired from training. What are you doing, man? Just doing stuff. What are you doing? Skincare. So what'd you say, man? I'm like, skincare. He goes, cool. He goes, is it like network marketing? I go, yeah. He goes, man, I've been in network marketing my whole life. My whole family's in it. My mother and Mary Kay for like 20 years. And I'm like, you punking me? Oh, man. What do you got? You see all these mothers I got? You got anti-aging skincare? You see all my clients? I'm like, yeah. Well, let's get together. I'm like, are you kidding me? He said, no. I'm like, so I prejudged this guy. Because, I was embarrassed, I guess. I don't know. I didn't have the caution. I had the belief, Even after 8 months, my team was growing like crazy. I still was prejudging. So that person you're prejudging right now, go talk to them. Don't be embarrassed. Talk to them. Because that could be the person that leads you to your next NMD. You never know, right? Could be your next NMD, right? So 4 types of people, you guys got to remember this. Now, I want to make it really easy for you guys. Some of you guys are going to teach you this, and some of you guys still won't do it. You want to make it really easy to transition everyone to a 3-way call? Do you want to know what to say to everyone so they want to talk to whoever you put on the phone with? You guys want to know that?
Yes.
You guys already know it. Guarantee it. See, because we prospect people, especially cold market, and we don't know them well enough to see what drives them. But a lot of times, people have different things. Anna Camp did this perfectly. It was a little different. It wasn't this, but it was a little different at a conference. So a lot of people are driven and successful. They're money motivated. Those are sharks, we like to say. Some people are fun and happy. Some people are factual, analytical. Some people are purposeful and supportive. Some of you guys are a little bit of both, or 3. Right? I am all 3 except for factual and analytical. I'm all 3. A little bit of everything. Mostly fun and happy and purposeful and supportive. That's what I am normally. Now, you don't know what motivates people if you don't know them well enough. Now, that's why we always ask what excited you the most, what stood out the most. When you ask them about the video or whatever else, right? You ask them so you get the answer. But they say, hey, this money looks like people making a lot of money. You know you want to focus on the money, right? But they say, hey, man, this looks like a lot of fun. That's all people having fun. And focus on the fun. Wow, it seems like you guys give back. That girl said it last night. Michelle said it last night. Oh, I love how you guys give back. And she loved I knew where to go with her. Just by hearing her, right? Michelle say, oh, I love the science. She's a little analytical. And she loved helping people. She loved, the Big Brother's Big Sister. She was a big to somebody. So we knew where to go with that, right? But if you're not sure, this is what you want to say to every 3-way call. This is what I think. You have to do it. So if you don't know, let's say I talk to Alex, I get him on a follow-up, and Alex, what do you like most? He goes, man, everything looks pretty cool, man. Tell me more. Anyway, listen, brand new. Listen, I don't want to mess this up. I'm not the expert here. But I'd love to put you on the phone with someone that I really love working with. They're amazing. They love to help people. So if he loves to help people, he's like, oh, I want to talk to them. You know what? They're doing really well with the company. And they have 100% of the information, and they're a lot of fun. So what did I do? I covered all 4 right there. Put that in any order you want. Guys, it's so simple. You don't have to say, oh my gosh, is this guy? Alice, this guy, I work with him. He got a $500,000 bonus. He's gonna be like, what? That doesn't seem believable, whatever. You know? I don't want to say all that stuff. You don't want to say about bonuses. You don't want to say that stuff. Just say, hey, listen, he has 100% of the information. Write this down. 100% of the information. Loves to have fun. Really likes to help people. And is doing very well with the company. Doing very well. Don't put numbers out there. Don't say they got a $50,000 bonus. People don't believe that. People don't get $50,000 bonuses in corporate America. Nobody. Right? You want to make it believable, make it comfortable for them. See, doing very well with the company. So if you guys put that in any order, guys, sit at home and just practice this. You know, go with your upline and just say, hey, let's just pretend, let's role play, let's pretend how to do a three-way call. You can put those in any order you want to put it in. That's all you need to say when you transition to a three-way call. Okay, that's it. Just say those 4 things that will cover every personality type. They will want to talk to your expert. Yes? Yep. So this person I want to get you on the phone with has 100% of the information. Loves to help people. Is doing very well with the company. And is a ton of fun. See, a ton of fun. Loves to have fun. Whatever. Okay? Guys, my team's still not doing that. My team's still not going to say what I say. That's all I got to say. Yeah?
So, if somebody calls me up and says, hey, I don't have all the information, this person to me, that's like a name.
Yeah, sure. Yep. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can do it in a bunch of different ways. You say, listen, you know what? I don't want to mess this up for you. You know, I think you need a little more information than I did. You know, whatever. Make them feel better. However you want to do it. But, hey, listen, you know what? I don't have all the information. You know, I'm just kind of learning as I go, which is kind of cool. You kind of learn as you go. You know? That's kind of nice. People get like, oh, it's kind of cool. You kind of learn as you go. You don't have to have all the information before you get started with the company. You know, but we can get you the information. I don't have all the information. People like that, though. You go, hey, listen. Because people don't like it when you fake, right, guys? People don't like when you're beating your chest going, oh, I can tell you whatever. And they're like, I can see right through you don't know anything about this company. Right? They're better. It's better for you when you're honest. Listen, I don't want to mess this up for you. You're a really bright guy. I want to get you all the facts. Is that okay? Right? I'm asking permission. Is that okay? Yes. Okay, good. Let me get you on the phone with this guy. It's 100% information. I don't want to mess this up for you. You know? Take your ego down a little bit. You know, when it comes to that. People will appreciate that, especially if they're, I need to know all the facts, right? Take your ego down. Go, hey, listen, I want to give you all the facts. Is that okay? Yes. Great. We can show the phone with someone. You know? Handle like that. Is that better? Does that help? That make you feel a little more comfortable doing it? Listen, if they don't join the company because you don't have all the facts, whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. Just tell them I want you to get all the facts. I want you to have 100% of the information before you decide to make a move. Okay? Would you like 100% of the information? Okay, great. Beautiful. Whatever, you know? Okay? So you guys get that? You got it? Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Are you going to do it?
Yes.
Liars? I'm just kidding. Alright, so. Hot market. Okay, make a list. Don't prejudge. Talk about that. You guys all know that. Hot market, family and close friends. Warm market, friendly but not super close. Cold market. Okay? Now, prospecting funnel. This is all we do. Okay? Warm market, prospects from your list, cold market, you put them in this funnel, alright, by doing exposures, they go in the funnel, you follow up, three-way call, get them up to the thing. Alright, just like we talked about what Lynn does. Guys, if you do what Lynn does, seriously, if you do what Lynn does, you guys will have success. You guys will get people here, you'll get people to the market parties, you'll recruit, because Lynn is following the system. Listen, I know I'm calling out right now, some of you guys in the room are also doing what Lynn is doing. I'm not saying Lynn's the only one that's doing it. But I'm focused on Lynn because I saw her do it this weekend, okay? So, three-way calls, event closed. Okay, I like that closed, but I like to say join, okay? Become part of the family. Okay, you brought a great partner. So always fill up your funnel. Teach others to do the same. Very important. Where are they in the wheel, okay? Follow three-way call, we talked about that. Stories, questions, next steps. By the way, if you're an expert on three-way call, ask more questions. Tell your story brief. Ask more questions. Don't ramble, okay? Don't make that three-way call an hour. Now, I've made three-way calls even recently, 45 minutes. But because they were awesome and we hit it off. And two of Raylan and Mike's prospects are joining the team this month because they're awesome. I got a 3-way call with them, and we just chatted for 45 minutes each, and it was awesome. You know, so I'm not saying you don't go longer, but you want to seem busy, right? But we just totally hit it off. So, and I wasn't selling them; we were just talking about whatever, right? So, stories, questions, next steps. Get them to the next step. If you're an expert, make sure you get them to the next step. Like Ron gets them to do something. You guys want to build them into the next event. If they're not ready, a lot of times you can say something like, "Hey, you know, when do you see yourself getting started?" As an expert, you say that at the end. You don't close your prospects. You have an expert ask that question. When do you see yourself getting started? Okay. What else do you need to know before you get started? That's something you can ask. If they say, "Oh, you know, I'd like to see a live event, or I'd like to try the product," maybe they haven't tried the product. "Oh, I'd like to hear some more stories." See, we don't know what they need unless we ask, right? You guys understand that? Try to read minds. You don't have to read minds. If you ask questions, you'll know what they need to get started. It's very important to understand that. Alright? So if you say, hey, you can say on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 meaning ready to get started today, 1 not ready to get started, where do you see yourself? What number are you? You can say stuff like that. That's comfortable. If somebody says I'm a 7, say, oh, that's great. How do we get you to an 8 or a 10? And they'll say, oh, I don't know, I just think I just need to watch one more video. Okay. Which video was, boom, you're done, right? But you don't know where they are on that number scale, or where they are unless you ask. Okay? And a lot of experts don't do that. They get off the phone and they go, oh, great, awesome, great meeting you. Yeah, great. Oh. And then they're asking the prospect to ask that question. I mean, the person that asked the prospect, you know, through the call to ask that question. You think about getting started? It's our job as experts. You guys understand that, right? So if you're an expert doing through the call, you're the one that asks them, when are you ready? You ready to get started? Okay? What more do you need to see? Okay? Key recruiting tips, some will, so what? It's always about, look at that, it's about getting them curious. Okay? Positive attitude. The prospects are now stay the course. Many friends and family are watching on Facebook. Guys, people are watching. You guys all know that, right? My sister joined the company after 2 years and I got a $50,000 bonus and I put it online on Facebook. I mean, we get those big checks. Remember that, guys? Tess and Jade, that's how I met you guys first. Remember that? Met you guys. That was the first time I met you guys. Their last name is White, mine's Whittier. So 102 of us getting our checks in St. Louis that year. And so I was right behind you guys, right? White, Whittier, yeah, right behind you guys. And got those big publishing clearinghouse checks that they used to give us. And so yeah, I put that on Facebook. My sister saw that. And she ended up back up. Let me tell you a story real quick. So my sister, when I joined Equinox, she bought a water filter. And she put it in the pantry, didn't hook it up. I joined another company, and she bought it, and she put it in the pantry next to the water filter. When I joined another company, she supported it. She bought the product, she put it in the pantry next to the water filter and the other product. Then I joined Prepaid Legal, she got the membership. Then I joined, the last company I joined, it was a nutritional drink. She bought a case, never drank it. So then I got Nerium, you know, first I joined Nerium, I said, hey sis, you gotta try it. I sent her a bottle, put it in the pantry next to everything else. So 2 years later, she sees this $50,000 bonus, and she goes, oh, wow. That stuff must work. She went in the pantry, even though it was expired. Went in the pantry, that was expired. Went in the pantry and said, no, this stuff must work. He's having success. She started using it. And she calls me like 2 weeks later, and she goes, hey, little brother. I'm like, hey, big sis. She goes, this stuff works. I go, what are you talking about? The water filter or the other stuff? She goes, this Nerium stuff works. I go, why you use it? She goes, yeah. She goes, I'm using it for 2 weeks. That's awesome. She goes, you know what? I think I want to learn more about the business. And I almost dropped it. Are you kidding me? This is my sister I looked up for my whole life. You know, she knows her name, never talked to her really. I live in Maryland. She's not a phone person. She's an amazing person, but never really talked to her. We weren't that close anymore. She has kids, I have kids, blah, 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 right? So she gave her information, put it through the system, she joined the company. And then from that moment on, we talked every day. You know, that slide about, you know, Dory and you know, what's the other fish? Nemo? That's my sister and I. You know, and we've been that way. And I'll never forget the time I was in Chicago training, and I was at my great partner's house. My mother called me. She called me and she goes, I just have to say. I said, what, Mom? I love that you guys are doing that today. I said, why? She goes, because you guys seem so happy. guys are so close. And I started crying. I was like, seriously, like that. Because it was true. My sister and I came, this company brought us together. You know? She's now the executive director. She went to Japan with me. So you guys know I went to Japan 4 times last year because the opening. My sister went the last time with me because she did what I taught her. She went on Facebook and met some people in Japan. And she just kept grinding, talking to people, putting them through the basics. And she found a guy that was in another company called Whittier. And he was a leader in that company, and he said, this company is so much better than Whittier. He joined her team. So anyway, we went out to spend time with him and his ex-Whittier team. And I'll tell you what, that was the best trip I've ever been on. Being in Japan with my sister. I'll tell you what, when I left at the airport, you guys, we went there for like a week, and when I left at the airport, we were in Toronto, we flew to Toronto, and then she went to Maine and I went to Maryland. And I sat there, and I watched her walk away. I just cried. I lost it, because I felt like it was weird, like we got so close. I mean, she has problems with her ankles, and I was massaging her ankles, like, so she could get on the plane, to get the swelling down. So she had no last kid. But I lost it. I was like, man, that was so awesome. And I never would have had the opportunity to be in Japan with my sister, experiencing that, traveling. And we went to a volcano, we went to a hot spring where you're all naked. No. The guys are naked and the girls are naked, separate. I wasn't naked with my sister. But a little awkward, yeah. But no, it was such an amazing experience. I never would have had it if it wasn't for this company. You know? So people, back to this, people are watching. People are watching you. Your family's watching you. Your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends. They're watching you. You know? And you don't need to get a $50,000 bonus before they join you. It's just timing, guys. It was the right time for my sister. She wanted to move to her husband. Her husband lives in Tennessee. She lives in Maine. Get that. They were both divorced, had kids. They couldn't leave because their kids were growing up in schools. They couldn't leave their states. They were living apart for 10 years. We saw each other every weekend. How hard is that? So her kids are growing up. She's like, Aaron, it's the right time. I want to be able to travel around with the business, go anywhere, build a business. So it was the right time. Timing, guys. So if someone's not joining you, it's not the right time. We're going back to that. Keep going, you know. Keep going. Stay the course. That's the most important thing, guys. Stay the course. Because one of these days, someone that you love and care about, that thinks you're crazy now, will want to join you. You know, Mark was talking about the other day, and people go back to his NMD college, it was phenomenal. But he kept saying, you know, it's phase 2. It's the next wave of Nerium. And he related it to companies like Amway back in the day, and other companies, big companies, New Skin, where, you know, people came in, they grew, and then people left. And these new people came in, and those are the people that took it to the next level and that made a crap load of money. People that own islands now. Those are the people. You guys are the people. You guys are it. We're it. We're here. You know, we're here. You know, you got to stay the course. It's great you're here now, but you got to be here a year from now. You're going to be here 2 years from now. You're going to be here 3 years from now. I don't know. There are people that said that 3 years ago that aren't here today. That were so fired up that aren't here. You guys understand that? So, are you going to stay the course? Do you want a bad one? Okay? So, it's not going to cry today. 2 a day, you all know that. 2 a day, you know, that's a given, right? Recognition. All right, so we're going to do this real quick. Recognition.